Tap-borne water is one of life's basic amenities. It is not only meant to make the lives of Nigerians easier, cleaner, and better, but it's imperative to economic development. However, for some areas of the FCT, it seems the water is all dried out.
The existence of tap-borne or potable water within the Federal Capital Territory has become somewhat of a myth, as several residents say that sometimes they can go up to days, weeks, months, and even years without seeing water flow through their taps. Conceived back in 2018, the Greater Abuja Water Supply Project was designed to meet the water needs of 1.5 million FCT residents. 5 years later, very little has been done to remedy the water situation within the FCT, as it seems as though the project has stalled.
The Federal Capital Territory naturally should be one of the most developed cities in Nigeria. However, smaller communities within the state capital are struggling for basic necessities. One of such development indices is the availability of potable running water. Dakibio and Jai villages are close to the city centre, but the situation in which residents of this area have found themselves is beyond pathetic. Felicia Philemon, a resident of Dakibio for the past 10 years, says people who reside within the community have been forced to find other means to meet their water needs.
Actually, it's individual. Somebody will just decide and collect the water from the pipe, from water board, I think. Then we will now be the one to be buying from them. You understand? Like now, we're around here, we'll go there, we'll carry our bucket and we'll go there and we'll buy it from them. You understand? But we spend less than before. We are buying water from them now. We buy, the one we buy from Merua, 50 naira, we'll buy 50 naira from them. Yes, the rubber wood that is 50 naira from Merua. Actually, even the water right now that is there right now, we don't really use to drink it. Before we drink it, we have to boil it because it's really not that clean. Or we'll buy pure water in the house. We only fetch it and wash, as you can see. You understand? So actually, there's a lot of typhoid coming through the water. So it's really not that healthy for the children and even for us.
Endurance Emeka, a resident of Jai village, says water has improved within her community, which naturally is a good thing. However, this improvement is not coming from water board as it should.
We don't have direct contact with water board. We have someone who manages for them. We pay the person monthly. It's like maybe he has a contract with water board, so we don't have direct contact with them. All I know is that he gives us water and we pay him at month end 2,000 naira per month. I can't tell, because all I know is ever since we came in here, I think we had water before. I think it was borehole. Someone we were paying to connect borehole. Then later on, he now came in with his own water. It's not really good when you need water and it's not there. To me, everywhere especially ones that has children like me, and I don't have water to attend to their necessities. I feel bad and I feel irritated, especially when you enter the toilet and there's no water to give it the main cleaning that you needed. You know, when you're managing water, you don't have enough, you will not be able to clean up the way you ought to.
Homes aren't the only places that struggle with a lack of water. Healthcare facilities, which are always in need of water to attend to patients and ensure cleanliness, are equally battling to meet the water needs of their patients. However, in a bid to bridge the gap, Nigerians have obviously had to turn to several other means, like wells, which are fast going out of style and being replaced by boreholes, to commercial water salesmen commonly known as Mirua, all depending on the location. However, how clean and reliable are these alternative sources of water? What are the effects of using and ingesting this water?
We have looked at several studies, and depending on your geographical location in Nigeria, we can tell you that a borehole that is sunk in certain geographical locations in Nigeria will have certain contaminants in terms of physical contaminants. These are chemical compounds that can pose a risk to the health of the users. Some of these risks are like cancers. A significant percentage, we extrapolate that a significant percentage of cancers that are plaguing our population follow as a result of exposure to some of these chemicals that are in the water and in the food we eat. But we're talking about water this time around. So some of these chemicals go into the body, they're integrated into the body systems, they adjust the genetic processes of the multiplication in certain cells in the body and increases the chance of abnormal genetic changes, which are basically at the baseline of cancerous transformations. Apart from that, some of these chemicals increase inflammation in the body and increases the chances of ill health, and also inflammation is also associated with cancers. Some of these chemicals are called endocrine disruptor chemicals, EDCs. They have the capacity to adjust the metabolism of our people and therefore increase abnormal health conditions like diabetes, things like hypertension, things like abnormal cholesterol levels. These are linked to endocrine disruptors because they adjust the hormonal states of patients. Even more disturbing and of significant public health importance is the biological contaminants of water. And I will tell you for free that as much as 90% of diarrheal diseases are following oral-fecal transmission through contaminated water. And most of the diarrheal diseases as a result of typhoid, E. coli, Klebsiella, Campylobacter, they are a group of bacteria. Even viruses too, like rotavirus, hepatitis A virus, hepatitis E virus. These are microorganisms that are transmitted through contaminated water.
There is many patients that comes with the condition of waterborne disease, but they are little, they are not that much, just a little. Like a day we used to get like 2 or 3. It's not that much. They have typhoid because when we do the test, we consider they have typhoid. The situation goes like the water they used to take, that is not good. Sometimes we used to admit them, and it's not that too much, but just moderate condition. It's not that severe. Because we never refer them to another hospital. We treat them here. We don't have borehole. We used to, because we have water, but the water is not rushing now. So we used to buy water from Mirua. And on a daily basis, we used to spend like 2,000 or 3,000, because now the water, Mirua used to complain that everything now is expensive. We spend like 3,000 and above. We used to buy the water and put it inside. We have a big rubber that we used to put it inside. So when patient came, maybe somebody vomit, we have cleaner. You just rush it and clean it and go.
To fill in the gap made by the absence of water board, direct home water connections are now being made by enterprising individuals. However, these connections run through very unsanitary pathways like gutters. A question that arose about these facilities was its legality. They claim to draw water from water board to supply directly to the homes. But is water board aware of this? In a bid to attain some clarity, we spoke to a senior staff of water board who chose to remain anonymous. During the discussion, he stated that water board was not aware of this and emphasized that the actions are illegal, further stating that the situation would be looked into immediately. A further check on a company located in Jai which carries out these direct water home connections on the Corporate Affairs Commission Business Ownership Register showed that the business is also not in their books. Moving further from the city centre to Gafara local government located in Kuje, residents within the area say they have to walk a far distance to get water and sometimes have to go days without a shower.
We dey buy water, we dey fetch well. Sometimes when no dey, sometimes we no go get water. Now for buy we dey buy. So water no dey here sell for free. We dey buy water for here. But we dey suffer for water. When I get water, I don't suffer myself. One time myself, if I carry my baby for back, I don't tire myself. One time with my bath, if I carry him for head, I don't tire. So I will try and find them because I don't feel sit down like that. I will find any place where I get. I will go far, find the water. Before my husband come back, we will manage them to another day again.
For me, totally, there is nothing like water. We normally buy water around. We buy for borehole. Those truck pusher, they normally sell for us. We don't know where are they going to fish, whether it's borehole or no borehole, whether it's wet or no wet. We just see water and buy. At times we see the test. It be somehow, we use it as we see. At times we use along. Those, I don't know how they call it in English. When I also call it along. We pour inside and boil the water before using it. I use it for bathing, and you know, if there is no clean water, you use it bath, you see in your body. So that one day. We use the water at our home. We take the water, cook our food, use the water, do some different things. So we didn't see clean water. For the last time they dig the borehole, we use the water for few time. After some day, no more. At times you go there, you queue from morning to evening before you see one bucket. For that, we used to go and buy water at normal private borehole. That is how I see. For the water issue, we dig water around here, you can't see. I dig well, different places in my house, you can't see water. Why? Because of the depth. The water, I don't know what to say. The water too far from this our community. You can't see water unless you get down there before you see water. When you dig the borehole or you dig the well, you can't go far, you see water. But around here, nothing like that. That one is a serious problem. Now what will they face the challenge? Because when we see water, it just be like a goal when you just go and find out. You manage it to bath at times. You look this one don't bath, or the other one never bath. Just manage it like that. Even me myself at times I reach 1 week because of condition of water, I need the bath. Any condition we face ourselves, number one we say na God. We don't know whether not from the water or not water. You understand? And we always like to be always complain. We lend our complaint to those our politician people. When they come make politics, when we are here you people to help you people. We will bring water, we will bring light, we will bring this, we will bring health care, we will bring primary school. All of them join. Before you know, when they enter their motor go, now waving hand. When they come tomorrow, we speak this one. When they go, wave hand and go. We didn't see anything. But our own prayer, we say, they pray every blessing day. If you can see person that will come and help us, any government that will come and help us, we appreciate.
Ba mu da na kai mu kaman gwamnati yayi je haka nan ba mu da shi. Wanda sun yi nan suna yi je muna tsaya ne kowane lokaci ko trucks kawo muna mu tsaya. In ba mu da na government baya aiki. Yanzu nan ba mu da shi. Muna tsaya ne yanzu wanda yana can gefe wannan ma mai sayarwa ne yanda muna tsaya a wurin su. Ya kai wajen wata 6 shi na tukuna ya tsaya yanzu baya yi. Mata ce ne mu a ta nan gaba daya layin mu nan ba mu da shi.
Gaskiya ga maku ba mu da ruwa ba. Kana ji ba mu da ruwa. Ruwa da muna da shi wanda suka zo bako sun samu kudi sun haka borehole da muna ji muna sai a hannun su ne. Amma ce na gari ba mu da shi ba. Wanda suka zo akwai buha nan a hanyar dafara nan muna saye ne. Ko ba ka ba muna saye ne. Roba da yana ga naira 20 ko kai to 30 naira ne. Akwai wani kasa kuma wurin bala duk muna saye ne. Da an ce namu na gari wallahi billahi zuba mu da shi ba. Wannan ya lalace, wannan kuma ya sake lalace. Gashi ba ruwa. Wannan da wannan gwamnati ne. Wannan na community kenan. da wanda wuluwa da muna sha yanzu nan wanda muna sha yanzu nan na private ne inda wannan bohol ya lalace wannan shi na farko wannan kuma shi ne na baya muka je muka same chairman ya ce zai tura mutane su zo su duba su ganya da bohol yake har gobe ba mu gan su ba na ce maku ba a cikin garinmu nan a dafra junction nan ba mu da ainihin ruwa a ce na magari kenan ko ba haka ba wannan shi muna samu ya zai lalace wannan kuma na community kenan wannan da ka gashi nan da ka duba garuruwa duka akwai irin shi gashi nan ya zai lalace wannan tsohon kina ya daidai ya wuce shekara 10 wannan ya wuce shekara 10 ya lalace wanda muna sha ruwa a hannunsu ba ka da kudu ba zaka sha ruwa ba.
The lack of constant running water in homes within the Federal Capital Territory has triggered an obvious distrust with bodies like Water Board, as most Nigerians and estates have turned to boreholes which were designed as backups as opposed to being the main source of water. Though convenient, the dependency on boreholes does not come without its dangers.
Borehole, basically, when we look at it in Europe, or let me put it as internationally, borehole is meant to be like a form of backup water supply, project-oriented water supply, maybe desert projects, and then war, farming. You know, you can't farm within residential areas and all that. You farm outskirts and all that. So, in countries where they don't have the regional water supply getting to those areas, the boreholes are introduced. Small regional dams, harvesting of water from maybe rivers and all that. But due to the lack of water supply in the urban areas in Nigeria, especially FCT, a lot of people have had to depend on borehole. And yes, if borehole is properly situated, controlled, the hazard issue to it is very limited. But the way it is being practiced here, we have a lot of issues. Now, let me give you, for example, you have a 1,000 square meter, like what you have here, and you put up your borehole. Now, for you to have borehole in an urban area for domestic water supply for your home, your borehole must be minimum of 15 to 30 meters away from your sockaway. And it's not in every district they have central sewer system. The district where they have the central sewer system, some of these sewer systems are blocked. Some of them are even feeding the boreholes, the aquifers. Some of them are getting to the aquifers because when they are blocked, they begin to percolate, they begin to sink. And it begins to mix with water from maybe the surface water, becomes more polluted. You understand? So, fine. Now, the hazard to it is when you have homes, estates, where you have 300 square meters, 400 square meters, you have over 2,000 units, 1,000 units of houses, 500 units of houses, you are all having your facility, you are having your sockaway, your borehole within a 300, 400, 500 square meter. It's just a matter of time before you start having the subsurface polluted. And for borehole water supplies are through fractures. You have on basements in this rock area where most of the actions are localized. You know, maybe you can have a fracture extend to some meters, but you know, once you have a borehole, particularly in an estate, polluted, it's over time. It spreads. So those are the hazards to it. You begin to find out that you have the aquifers polluted. And then that means the water is no longer, the integrity of the water has dropped. So people are drinking unclean water, unsafe water without even knowing, because water can be clear. Even water can be odorless and still not be clean. Two, it's the effect. You know, when you drill on basements, we call rocky areas basement complex. And what we have in Abuja is the basement complex. where you have the granites and magmatic rocks all around. For you to penetrate it, to get to the aquifer, you need the DH, we call it DTH method of drilling, the hammer, percussion, a percussive drill under high compression called the compressor. There's a lot of vibration. And then, you know, when you have all these vibrations, all these cracks all over the place, you find yourself, you know, most of the square meters where you're supposed to walk, the vibrations extends to foundations of homes and all that. So most of these things are sitting dangers. And, you know, up until now, there's no central control to the borehole business. You just buy your rig and you start making money. But, you know, we're looking in the nearest future, if we could have it more organized, where people could seek permits, you know, we the professionals go in, look at it and, you know, guarantee it or certify it that it's okay for you to have a borehole. But if you have a 400 square meter, 350 square meter, and there's no central sewer, and then you now want to have a borehole, of course, if you can get like a 15 meters, whatever, from the sockaway, distance from sockaway, it's okay. But then your method of finishing, your completion of borehole too, has to be regulated.
The Greater Abuja Water Supply Project is targeted at providing 33 districts of the FCT with potable water. The project has a budget of $470 million, with the majority of the funds being loaned to Nigeria by the China Exim Bank, which amounts to $379.65 million. China Exim Bank has since disbursed a total of $178.6 million, while the federal government has disbursed $36.8 million.
The project started, it was awarded March 2017, but you know, award is different from when the project commenced, because after the award there are so many other things we have to, some other conditions we have to meet up before the project can take off. So having met those conditions, the project started 27th May 2021. Prior to this, we actually wanted to roll out the project this year if the funds we expected came. That was the government's plan, but we couldn't get the funds. That's why it's at 56. If not, we should be talking about 80, 90. Before the end of the year, we'll roll out the project.
As the population of the Federal Capital Territory continues to grow, the 33 district target no longer seems sufficient to meet the water needs of the capital city.
As we speak now, we are reviewing the water master plan, because these areas were not part of the initial water master plan. So we are reviewing it so that it will be covered by the water master plan. So it's only when it has been reviewed and accepted, approved, that issue of Lubwe and other areas will be considered. But it doesn't mean that the water cannot be extended to Lubwe and others on a temporary basis. It doesn't mean that.
According to Obioreza, the Greater Abuja Water Supply Project is 56% completed and took Trust TV to some of their sites.
We're moving around with the FCDA and CGC team, and we're checking out some of the sites to see what's currently going on. So right now, what we're witnessing behind us is the team dealing with any typical obstacle that you would deal with while you're trying to handle a project. So right now, the team is trying to get rid of some rocks that are blocking the way so that they can have a smooth and clean pathway to lay down the pipes.
Work is still ongoing at several different sites within the FCT, albeit slowly, as funding continues to pose an issue. The contract awarded to a Chinese company, CGC Group, under the supervision of the Federal Capital Development Agency, is meant to last for a duration of 3 years, 2021 to 2023. With only a few months left, can the project be completed in due time? A lack of constant, clean-flowing water comes with several dangers which affect the health of Nigerians in the FCT, promote environmental pollution and degradation, as well as affect the livelihood of FCT residents, as it is a major inconvenience. Flowing water is a basic human necessity, and the government must work hard to ensure its availability.